the most important hook in React.js is useState, and it is very important hook that everywhere we need to use to make our component dynamic. And today we will learn how to use useState in our Next.js app. And Next.js and React.js are similar, but we have this additional access like server-side rendering, static-side generation, and file-based routing is plus for Next.js. So both are same actually. So for that I have created just a normal group of route called hooks, and I have created a route useState, real world use case of useState. So for that, so useState is just a normal function. useState is nothing, just normal function, and we can import useState called react.useState, import React from React, or you can import it by like just take your cursor on the useState and just control space on your keyboard, and then it will be show your suggestion where you can import from. So we are importing useState from React, and useState is just normal function, it is nothing, and it is very useful for our React.js app, and it accepts just one argument for initial value, and this is our current value, and this is the updater function that we can use to update the value. And when we update the value, then we can, immediately we will get the updated value on the count. So for that, just use a button. So here we are using button. I am using UI, and here when user click the button, then the updater function will be update the count value plus 1. The count, our initial value is 0, and when we click the button will be called the updater function, and it will plus the previous value and the plus 1. So it will be increment one by one value. This is 1, and our initial value is 0. That's why initially it will show up on the browser, and it will be 0. So we need to go /useState. We need to make this component the client component, because we are using useState and it is only accessible on the client side to make dynamic website. So we are adding some styles here, just container and okay. So when we click the button, the count value will be increased by 1, and we are displaying the count value is here. And when we click or when we change the useState updater function, then the component will be automatically re-rendered, and the updated value will be shown on our browser or app. So just click the button, it will be automatically increase 1. So we can increase or set value like that, or you can use like an specific value like 50. So initially refresh the page, initially value is 0. So where is the initial value? So this is our initial value, and like you can set any value. You can use object, you can use like boolean value or anything that you want. So initial value, our initial value is 5. After click here, it will be 15. So let's just set the 50. It is static, we are not incrementing this. And we can also update we can get the previous value like that. So previous plus 5. So without using this count in here, we can access the previous value like that, like this callback, and we are increasing the value. So our initial value is 5. When you hit the button, the previous value is 5. 5 plus 5 will be 10, and again the 10 plus 5 is 15. 10, 15, 20, 25, like that. So this is our basic use state. It is nothing, just a function, just a JavaScript function that accepts a argument and return current value, and just update a function to update our. Now we will see some real world example how you can use useState in our React application. So every time we need like dark and white mode in our application. So now you will learn how to implement this with useState in basics. So how we can do that? So we can do that is by dark mode. Set is dark mode, and you can give any name it here. You can give the any name to access this value, and this updater function you can give any name. But developer friendly, you should use developer friendly name to understand what are you doing, for understanding you and other developer. So we are giving the boolean value. State is false. Now the previous value is the boolean value. We cannot increment with boolean with number, and we are just set is dark mode. This is our boolean value. When we click the button, then it will so if we already have is dark mode, then we will show the conditional rendering is dark mode. Then when already dark mode, we will show light mode, and if we dark mode, then it will show, or it will change it to light mode. So if we change it here, like we can render it conditionally. So before that, I will just showing you up dark light, dark light, dark light. So how cool is that? So we can update dark like BG black 900, or BG black just normal black, and BG is nothing, container minimum height screen. So when we hit the button is dark mode, then it will be set the background color as dark, and again click, then it will be switch to light mode, and it will show up nothing. Sense. Oh, how cool is that? So most of the time in your application you need like dark mode with a lot of functionality. So you can do it easily, just 2-3 lines of code. You can make dynamic component, and we can also get like name, or we can get a input value dynamically or immediately when users change on the form or input. So like we can give it just name, set name, useState, initial value is John. So we don't need the conditional dark mode. Oh sorry, need to remove that. Now we'll, so we don't need this button anymore. We are just gonna use new input like that, and with value, and when we change the value, then set name, we have event on change. We have event. The event has the current value of this input, what to do, whatever we will type on this input. So default value is on, so we don't need the default value. We are just setting empty or null. And for better UX, you can give a name, enter your name. Okay, this is good. And whenever we change, we can display the name. Name. So whenever we change, the name will be changed immediately, component will be re-rendered, and our updated value, the name, will be shown on the browser. So like in code, it is immediately changed in real time. So how cool is that? We are getting value immediately changed without refreshing page, and we are making dynamic user interfaces. So how cool is that? And it is declarative syntax in React. It is beauty of React. So this is just normal function. You can use boolean, number, and you can give it any name. On change, we are setting value. We are just giving the value, the current value we are giving as a value, and we are displaying the value. So we can show some another example, like we are just comment out that we don't need it anymore. We are just, so I should use separate function, but I am just using same function every time. Set task. So we are going to create a to-do app, just empty. Task, set task, just empty. Don't send. Task.length. We're displaying the length of task. We need to use a button. Click create task. Set task. So string is not assignable, never. Okay, TypeScript is happy. We don't have any problem. Just so we are changing placeholder name to task name. Okay, I just want to create a task. Before that, we are just adding some styles here, like flex call and item send. Don't need item center. Left power. Okay, it is good. Just giving a name. Hi. Get task. Okay. Click. So we need to displaying our task in here. We're just mapping up the task. Okay. Hi. Okay. Good. Nice. So we have created a simple to-do app. So this is power of useState. So we have just created a useState called task and set task to access the input value and use it in here. And we are create a normal multiple task to set after creating tasks. So this is the set task. This it will spread all the previous task, and we are adding new task at the last on this array. And after successfully created task, we are just making that set task is empty. And after that, we are just mapping the task on the browser, and our create task function we have added on our input, on our button. When we click create tasks, the function will be called. We are setting multiple tasks. It is previous tasks, and we are adding new tasks. And you can, after successfully adding tasks, we are just setting the task or setting input as empty. We don't need it anymore. And you can do like this, or you can do like you can access the previous value and previous and new task. For previous, we have the all tasks, the array of string, and we are adding the new tasks as a string. Just refreshing page. First task, create task, displaying here. So initially showing this new task because we have the empty task, and we can filter it. Oh, sorry. Tags dot So here we have just removing empty task, and we are showing the exact task length. Okay, task 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we would like to want like when we like on key down, when we change and on key down or click enter or click any keyboard event on your keyboard, then in this case we are just adding or event. This is an event on key down. When user click any event, then it will be called, but we are just accepting the if event key is enter, if user click on the or press the browser enter key, then the create task will be also be worked. We don't need to, okay, it is a hydration problem. We don't need to hit the create text button again and again. So hi, just hit enter on the keyboard. Okay, it is added, it is updated, and we are displaying the task. So how cool is that? And also we can do like we don't need input create task, just task the simple use effect. So in the next video we will discuss about use effect, but now we are just we can accept use we can like access data from the from any API, and you can set on the task, like we are gonna using JSON API, and face data. So we are using JSON placeholder, and we are just so we can set we can fetch data from API, and we can set tasks or set data on the use state as a temporary data. When component render, the use effect will work as asynchronously, and it will work just for first time. When component will be rendered, use effect call fetch data, the fetch data function will be worked or called, and this function will be execute the fetch data from server, and we are just setting the data, and we are just mapping data and just accept the data. So we have a lot of data. You can console or log what we are accessing, and you can set all of data, and you can displaying here. So here we are just accessing, like, so we do like that. We don't need to map it out. Okay. Task dot title. So we have title. So TypeScript is not happy, so it is not an video of TypeScript, so we are not using this, but this task, like that task. Now our TypeScript is happy, so we are getting the suggestion because we are using interface. We know what we are accepting in on our set task, and task is that list of tasks we are accepting, fetching data and displaying here. So today you will learn how to create just normal counter, and how you can conditional render or change your component use state based clicking on button or event, and you will learn how to create a normal code app and how to fetch data from server and store on use state. So use state is very powerful, and if you need it every time when you work with React.js, it is very powerful hook. It is a small function that accepts just initial value and return the current value, and just updater function you can give any name and access it in anywhere, but you should use just developer friendly and understandable name for understanding. So this is the use state, is nothing, just JavaScript or React function accepting initial value, set, displaying. So that's it. So for handling side effect like fetching data or updating our HTML DOM, we need DOM or event, we need use effect for handling side effect most of the case, for fetching data from the server or any API, and that updating DOM or based on any specific dependencies, whatever you want. So we're fetching data and we are just displaying that list of tasks. So initially we have task 0 after fetching data. After use work is asynchronously, we are just setting data, we are fetching data and setting data. After that it is displaying data over here. But you can give like so after refresh we are waiting sometimes, so we can add a loading state in here. Loading set loading. True. And after fetching data and set data, we set loading defaults, and if loading we can display, we are displaying conditionally. If loading, then we will show loading. So initially our state is loading, and after fetching data we are setting loading false, and we need to fetch data, we need some time to fetching data, and after when the loading state is true, we are loading. After fetching data it will be false. So refresh, loading, task is displaying appear here. And you can also use like error, like error, set error, and you can, if you have error, you can use try catch block in here, and if you have a error, then you can handle it and displaying it what is error you are facing.